Namaskar, good morning. This is Suraj Singh, professional civil engineer. Before starting this video, I like to introduce again myself because many of you may not be knowing about my identity. My name is Suraj Singh. I am an international professional engineer registered by Institution of Engineers India. I have been an engineer since 1980. In 1974, I passed my first engineering degree, and that was diploma in civil engineering. Then I passed in 1980 my engineering degree, which is from Calcutta, known as IEI, AMIE at that time. And since then I've been working in the field of civil engineering. I have been here. I have been here in this country. I worked here for many years, and then I worked in Middle East, Gulf for about more than 20 years. Now I just say I have been busy in making many videos in connection with various issues related to this country of Bharat, which issues have been earth sciences, engineering sciences, political issues, election issues, and many other issues such as and some related to numbers also, which is spiritual science. Now I thought, in interest of public, in interest of myself, in interest of this country, in interest of world public, to start something different that is related to world, and that is called economy. Economy is not simply economics, and where we stand as country of this 130 crore people, we are known as Bharat, India in this whole world. And where do we stand in economy? Economy doesn't mean only economy related to money. What I am taking is economy. There are so many meaning of economy known in this world. One economy is nation. Nation is also economy. According to UNO, we are a state as well. India is a state, Bharat is a state. Now my consideration is about economy, our establishment, what we established as Bharat, this country, as nation, as economy, where do we stand, what is our establishment, political angle, economical angle, social angle, various angles. I have to say, I have written something also, many questions on this video on right side and wherever the texts are. I'm going to deliver this talk in English because it goes to all parts of world, all other states and regions, of other subcontinents, continents. I later on do it in our language, Hindi, because Hindi is not confined to whole nations or part of this country which can understand. And this subject is interesting to all, interesting from each and every angle and aspect of life. Where to start to link ourselves with other nations, previous history issues, what we are, where we were. We have been slaves for many centuries, we all know. We have been slaves to Mughals, and we have slaves to English people, and we have been slaves to ourselves as well. Ours is not a small country, it has never been a small country, it has been a leading country in the world always. We had a big society during independence, we were about 30 crore people, and before that we have many kingdoms all over our country. And we are forced slaves, we are not optional slaves, we were not so serious a society, because I have also talked about seriousness in this country. We are not at all serious, we have not been serious, and our culture is not to be serious. Our culture is just to pass time, enjoy life and die. This is our culture. We are born in a smooth time and die in a smooth time because we have inherited a high profile of economy. We are rich of natural resources. Resources that have been ever, whatever required in life we had and we shall have. We are not a desert country. We are not a snow country. We are not a country where nature doesn't work. Nature helps us all the time. It has been helping us since we have been here as Bharat in the world. We have never faced any scarcity of resources, never ever. And still we are rich in resources, but we are not able to use those resources to our optimum requirements to meet our people's demand. That's what has been lacking in. My question is, linked to this nation as well as to other nations. If you compare to other nations where we stand, we will find that we are not able to stand with them at all. Our youth, our old, our people, all we have to consider correctly. Our education system, our health system, our resources, our economy, our mind, and our ability. Where do we stand? What we do? How we do? Are we able to be called a world citizen or not? That is a question mark. Can we be considered equal to other people? That's another question. Questions and questions and questions are going to be raised, and answers are not going to come. That is not a problem. Are we seriousness? Are we a serious society? That is a big concern in ourselves. Have we been serious since beginning? No, we have never serious. If you take examples of 1,000 years back and 15 years back, 2,000 years back, we will find that there lacks a degree of seriousness in our general society, irrespective of what communities we have and what religions we have, what type of people we have, irrespective of what we have an educated class or we are not educated class. That is the big question mark. Our culture doesn't allow seriousness. We are moderate people. We are easygoing people. If we get something, we are happy, and if we don't get something, we don't regret as well. We regret to some degree only, but we don't try to do. Why we don't try to research where we failed. This is our. You see, if you see currently, there were many failures in buildings. There were many failures on bridges. There were many failures on so many things. We just keep shouting, blaming, and some leaders even blame that this has been done because of nature. Nature has done this. We have no degree of finding faults from ourselves. This is our culture, and this is really very dangerous for our society, very dangerous for our nation, and very dangerous for those who are linked or interlinked to us. If you see previous records of this world, there were many zones before. It was like US with Russia, USSR zone, and there were other zones. There should be wars levels. You've conducted wars, World War II, World War One, and wars between many big countries. Those were war eras. War eras. Now war eras have gone to some darkness. These countries like US, USSR, France, and many those who produce weapons used to survive their economy on earnings of those weapons. They earned those profits, those economies, those monies many decades. They forced many other countries to go to wars, like our war with Pakistan, and there were many other wars in the world, and they themselves were in. Means it was created, it was situation created that people should buy weapons from them. But now citizens have understood, economies have understood, and moreover, all economies are not that wealthy. They have not been left wealthy to tolerate all this, to afford wars. Wars is a remote consideration now, until you can say there is no room left for negotiations, for talks, for diplomacy. War has been pushed all over the world to a distant off. You can say from where we don't want to see it, like a mountain we keep off, and so it's very beautiful, it's very bad, or like that. War is second consideration in whole world now because people have suffered, but still certain powers in this world, they want countries to go to war. UNO was created in 1945 from a viewpoint that peace should be maintained all over the world, but UNO has to much consideration, to much considerable extent, failed in its responsibility to dispose of, in the responsibility to bring whole people, whole economies to one table and resolve issues. Though there is also arbitration there, arbitrary attitude they are given to five economies, five nations, which you know all like Russia, like the USSR, sorry, like America, like France, and like Britain, and like all the China. They use their might to show that they are leaders of the world. If they don't want, one of them doesn't want, nothing can be taken up as decision. No decision can be taken up. Well, still that is might. To be frankly speaking, UNO is not common. It is common only for those who don't have veto. Those who are having veto, they consider honor of UNO. And UNO has not done its job. He has not been able to stop wars, to stop air strikes, to stop so everything. I have written something to UNO many times regarding bringing some resolution to stop air strikes all over the world, but the UNO has been sleeping. And I think being a citizen of this world and being a citizen of Bharat, they don't consider my as an individuality to consider any proposal. Well, it is up to UNO and it's up to General Security Council and all those, whatever they consider. I don't care for that. But my, as a professional, as a person, as an individual of this world and citizen of this country, Bharat, India, I think it is better if air strike is prohibited, it is banned, so that civilians are not killed. Yes, it is right. It's better to go on fighting, one war on ground, one war by sea. At least people are not killed from air. What happens? Those who use air strikes, they are coward people. They go in air, drop bombs, and come back. It's not bravery. It is just the might is right. Israel and Palestine, they are doing all this. Israel is bombing Palestine. Many other countries are doing this. There is no full-scale war anywhere left, but terrorist-based wars and many other issues-based wars, guerrilla-based wars are ongoing, which are not large-scale wars. but that are impact the economy of those countries who are involved in these attacks, and also those countries who are linked to that, and whole world is affected. Just like it happened in Sri Lanka, it happened in many other countries all over. It happened in African countries, it happened in so many countries. In fact, to be very frank now, the whole world has been divided into many practical zones, not continental or not even the base zones. Such like we can say Far East zone is one, just like Gulf and Middle East zone is another, just like European zone is other one, European Union, and West zone is another one, where African zone is another one, like that. There, what has been divided in place of continents, in place of economical zones. China zone, you can say Far East zone, including Japan, including Korea, North Korea, South Korea, Philippines, Thailand, and all those. They have come under Far East zones, whereas if you go the whole 28 countries of Europe and many more who are not part of European Union, they have come under European zone like Poland, Bulgaria, all this. And if you go to some area West zone, so US and England, all those, Canada, they come another zone, and African, whole Africa, including Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, and all those, Middle Lebanon, etc. They have come in this zone, and Gulf zone, so many zones. Whole world has been partitioned economically because of existing circumstances of resources and sources that we can withdraw from Earth. I have given many talks regarding Earth, which are relevant, which are based on contemplations and school of thoughts in my mind, and of course reflect public opinion from various professions. A common man in all countries cannot think about these issues because everybody wants to survive, and people have been surviving. An individual has always got one concern, that one has to live and to survive. One needs food, one needs clothes, and one needs houses to survive. And survival itself has been made in ambition in life. If you don't survive, means there is no value of this life. People commit suicide and leave this world. This happens, and this is a very common tendency these days all over the world. People have started committing suicides based on their less tolerance. If there is a problem in economy, if you are under loan, if you have no way how to survive, how to lead your family, how to support a family, the easiest way one individual consider these days is leave this world by committing suicide, or by whatever method adopted by that person, opted out. But that is not a constructive way, that is a destructive way, that's running away from this. First of all, why to take such responsibility if you think you are not qualified enough, you don't have criteria to lead that, you don't have any value to lead that, you are not qualified enough, you are not quantified enough yourself, you estimate yourself first what standard you have, what value you had. One is duty bound to evaluate one's value. If I'm not able to do something, I don't have capacity to do something, why should I lead that way? If I think I'm not able to run my family, why should I make family itself? Why should I offer family? Let me live individually if it's applicable to me. If I can't afford that, if I am not, I think I know I have the money, I cannot lead my society, I cannot have a future, then why should I go for marriage, and why should I have a family? You say, no, this is a social requirement. You say, okay, this is a social requirement, but if I cannot afford, then I have to live this world. If I have a family, what's the function of that? Then at least I have a right to live, and I am killing that right, I am polluting that right by just going to a system which doesn't suit me or which overloads me. Reason is, what I am to say is, don't create problem for yourself. Now coming back to our Bharat. In 1947, we got independence. I'm not talking curious of that because there's no meaning at all. There's no relevance to that, which has gone. Thousands of years have gone. Mughals ruled us, and many others ruled us, and we were ruled by ourselves. But those resulted in nothing except living. Our people were so lazy. They were eating a lot. They were drinking a lot. They were drinking milk. They were drinking lassi. They were drinking sugar cane, and they were drinking all. They were no dynamism in life in those days. There were no facilities available in those days, and people used to work on agricultural potential. They used to cultivate fields, inundate, and get food for a year, for some grains and others and vegetables. They used to get for them free of cost, or you can by just support by was delivering hard work and sun. Well, this was based on hard work, but there was no scarcity of food, there was no scarcity of water, there was no scarcity of clothes. People could afford life in a non-standard way if you compare to modern world. The facilities weren't have, okay, there was no electric supply in abundance, there was no need of computer, there was no need of all these gadgets which we have today. Those people they were contented with whatever they had. Those times have gone. Those times have gone because those people were very strong in physical work. But now we have to compare now. At in 47 we got you can say rid of from the British people. You're around 30 crores, I think, not more than that. If we include population of Pakistan, East Pakistan, West Pakistan, that time it would be around 40 crores, not more than that. For 30, 40 crores people, 30 crore people at that time we had, but area of country was same approximately, except few states which are related on like Sikkim, like Goa, and like others negligible areas for added to our existing areas which are now we are Bharat, India, which is a very big country. Geographically, we have many around 30 states, and we are now 130 crore people. You just see 1947, 30 crore, and 2020 or 19, 132 crore. How many times we have reached? We have more than 400%. We have gone more than 400%. But why we have gone? Because we are a non-thinking society. We are a non-planned state. We are a non-planned economy. We don't plan for our future. We just see now what is happening now. If I am happy now, fine. I don't care for my past. I don't learn any lesson from past. I don't care for future, and I say if he suffers and I suffer and whole suffer, no problem, I shall suffer. I talked to many veteran people, many senior people long back about state of economy. I asked them why we are doing this, why we are taking this liability if we cannot for the future. But they said, oh no problem, if happens with all, we will also tolerate. They take it too so lightly, so you can say unreasonably, cannot be accepted. Even educated people and uneducated people, if I know that I cannot afford something, why should I move in that direction from beginning itself? Or why don't I chart out certain solution so that I cannot see those problems in future, or I have solution to handle those problems? But this didn't happen. This is not happening. I don't blame past because past is gone. We only have an opportunity to learn lessons and apply in present life and future life if we can. But we don't have any tendency as such. What we have today in our society, we compare to others in economical terms, not in practical terms, not in physical terms. We don't consider as our society to be on its own. We always compare to others, but we don't know that every country has got its problems. Every country has got its merits. Every country has got some demerits. We as a society have cultures. They have their own cultures. We have our own history. They have their own history. We should not mix up ourselves with them, and we should not think that whatever they are doing we have to do, or we should be in the same standard, or we should have the same status. It's not possible at all, because if you see backgrounds of every country is different. If you consider our country background is very rich, we are leading a country, we are inheriting a country of riches. Our forefathers belong to rich resources. We had everything, but if we compare ourselves to the Gulf, you will find a height, you will find a difference of sky and earth. Gulf was 60, 70 years back, it was very poor area. Gulf, whole Gulf, I am talking, all GCC countries, from if you consider Bahrain, Saudi Arab, UAE, Qatar, and whatever else is there, Muscat, all these Oman, all these countries were very, very poor. They were living on fishes. They were living on so many other trades which did not have any standard that they have today. They got oil as a resource, as a God gift, and they got oil in 1935 in Bahrain. Just started their economy. Till that time, they were too poor. They were too socially backward. Those people who are billionaires now, they were at that time using donkeys for their trade work. I met one owner of a company in Saudi Arabia where I got an assignment, and that old man was around 75 years old. He used to tell me that we were very poor 60 years back, and he had one donkey. He used to take that to mountains to transfer material, and he used to get 2 reals only in those days. Then he got another 2 reals and another 2 reals, and he got accumulation of reals, and he got another donkey and then one more donkey, and he started trading in this. And now at that time when I was there in 2011, that person had many millions, hundreds of millions of reals with him. He was a builder, a promoter, a contractor, a businessman. And you see the difference 50, 60 years back and that time. He himself told me he migrated from Tunisia to that kingdom of Saudi Arab, but there's a difference of life. What I'm saying is, if you consider background of every country, you will find some different type of economy existed in this. But now what is there? So they got upgraded, but they also could not understand that the material, the natural resources from beneath earth, from beneath sea, they got oil, petroleum, diesel, all this which was produced by nature in many lakhs of years from fossil fuel, could not last forever. They could not understand that, because that knowledge could not be transmitted to them by person who innovated oil there, who discovered the oil was there. Whole world is greedy. West is greedy. West dominates oil exploration, and all West persons, all West companies were allowed in whole Gulf to explore oil from offshore. This is record. This is a fact. Others, other countries like our country, like many other countries, laborers from which country go to those areas, they were all meant for getting supports for purpose of exploration and refining and then distribution of this oil. So these countries could not even, you can say, pass 100 years since 1935. But you see, reservoir of oils that were available that time in 1935 or before have diminished, have vanished, not 100%, but to an extent where a concern starts rising in that we have to see how we can make an alternative arrangement to make our economy moving. Now these all countries in Gulf, they have started thinking, they always have started concerns about economy. There's, for example, Saudi has set a target for 2030. Oman has a target to set a 2030 or 2025, like that. Every nation in Gulf, these are 7 countries, 6 countries, and they have started thinking because they know seriousness of that. But our people are not serious. They, 50, 25 years back, their kids were too small. Now they are all grown up and educated. Every kid has got doctorate or master degree or bachelor degree from US or from England or from somewhere else, and they need jobs. All the citizens in Gulf youth, they search for jobs and just jobs of their suitability, because until now foreigners were working there, foreigners were managing their systems and details. They were just acting as managers. They did not do work at you can say line management level. But now, because employment exists there, they are millions, they are in lakhs, they want jobs. You go to any Gulf country, you read news, hey, wherever you want to read news from Gulf, somewhere you will find that those youth are not happy like our youth in Bharat are not happy. Question is job. Every youth wants job. Youth doesn't have any other program except job. So those youth also need job. They are rich people, countries are rich, everything is there, still they need job. But what is happening? They are nationalizing those jobs. Nationalizing in the sense that they want the nationals must be given a priority of jobs, whatsoever job in the government sector or job exists in private sector or job exists as entrepreneur, means self-employment. These youth from their nation, from their countries, from their economies must get first priority, first right to a job, and only when there is no one available from the nation, no expert available, then option is given to foreigners. This is what is happening, and this is like a permanent solution they have discovered. And this will help them. Of course, I'm not saying no, because everybody has right, every citizen has a right for job first. They also intending for job. They also have hunger for job because they want to do work, they want to make money, because you cannot take original money, you cannot spend your reserves. They have reserves of dollars, they have reserves of oils, they cannot spoil them. And one should not spoil their reserves for your emergencies, for your future development. And that is what they are doing, because they are intellectual people. One thing I learned from Gulf is that they have, first of all, preserved their culture, they are maintaining their culture, though they are modernizing also. They are modernizing as well as they are keep maintaining their culture, and that is really called a middle path. And if you go to America and you see here, America was a very strong country. They were called superpower by public, though they may not be superpower. I'm not sure about that. I'm not guaranteeing that they are superpowers or they were superpowers, but because they were selling equipment of war to other countries, they were getting money, hard-earned money from those countries, like our country, like other country, and many other countries are involved. Iraq, they send equipment to Iraq, they send equipment to USA, to Libya, they send equipment to China. They were producing and selling, they were getting their economy from that division, from that, you can say, spectrum, from that sphere of world war, or you can say where nations are involved, where economies are involved. They used to extract money from other nations for their survival, for their economies, for food of their people. Means US, USSR past one, or now Russia, France, countries like this survived because of hard-earned money of those countries who could not have such power to build weapons like Bharat, like Pakistan, like a whole GCC countries, like African countries. All these people sold their hard-earned money to these people in exchange of weapons. And these countries which are now which call themselves powers, advanced nations, like whatever name the US and England and France and all this, they made their monies, they made their economies by our money, and they are calling them superpower. Just think of, now there is no need of war. We had wars with Pakistan in 1971, in 1965, in 1947. Forget 1965, forget 1947. Just think of 1971. In 1974, we had 17 or 18 days war with Pakistan, which resulted in creation of Bangladesh. But after that, I'm not going to whatever happened there and what are backgrounds and pluses minus of that war. That is out of question now, because I'm discussing economy as a state, economy as nation. I'm not talking of economical details. I'm not talking of microeconomy and macroeconomy. It's not subject of economy. Actually, name is economy. Economy means a nation. Again, I'm telling you, just like we say nation, United Nations, a part of United Nations is a nation. Similarly, any country which is based on a law, that's called a state. Bharat is a state, India is a state, Pakistan is a state, all these nations are states, US is a state, England is a state, like that. And similarly, in terms of your power, your might, your wealth, it's also called economy. So Bharat is a nation, Bharat is a state, Bharat is an economy, Pakistan is an economy, UAE is an economy, KSA is an economy. KSA, I mean to say Kingdom of Saudi Arab. Similarly, USA is economy, and England is economy, and China is economy. Like that, all are economies in terms of international links, in terms of international management, in terms of international diplomacy. It's not necessary to write all time nation or country and this and that. You can simply say economies. In this economy, this is happening in that economy. It doesn't mean economy in relation to wealth. That's what I'm just submitting. This happens. If you read newspapers, if you read on net, you will find similar type of words used. State is used, economy is used, and nation is used, country is used. So what we are, my question is, where are we if we compare to others? Well, we can compare to others in some respects. For example, we say we are a nation, mindful nation, resourceful nation. Of course, we are resourceful nation. Not only resourceful, we are sourceful nations. We have all natural resources with us. First of all, we have 5 elements with us, which are most essential for survival of humanity. We have good health, borrowed health. What health status today is, that is different. We have water, we have air, we have fire, we have sky, we have sun, we have rain, we have everything with us that is required for a smooth survival of humanity on whatever part we are living in this part of world. We have this, and we are fortunate enough that we have been inheriting this type of nature for millenniums, many more millenniums. We did not have any desert-like condition. We did not have any permanent snow type conditions ever in our life. Never ever. We had this type of gradual variations in seasons from time to time depending upon environment, and we have very many types of seasons. We have enough agricultural deserts. We can say we have fertile lands of clay and silt, and we have also sandy areas like Rajasthan and the desert states. But overall, we have fertility power. We have value of fertile lands in our country. We had never deficiency. Only problem was that we were not well advised by our experts what our farmers should have done. And that happened long back. We were short of grains. At that time, we used to grains from US under some agreement. But that time, US also showed us ice, red ice, and we had to stop that. But overall, our power is that we did not have any time deficiency in food grains. But it happened due to augmentation of our population, which reached from a level of 30 crores at time of 1947 to 130 crores now in 2018, which is not a, you can say, advisory, which is not a smooth upgrade. It is actually, you can say, a deadlock of our population. Why we are 132 crores? It is a curse on us actually. It doesn't matter what religion we follow or what secularism we follow. Question is why we are 120 crore? Why could we not apply family planning controls on our population? Unfortunately, still it is happening that there is no one criteria mentioned so far, no direction fixed so far by political system, by constitutional system, and by our society itself to be self-proactive to control population. We should never have exceeded 80 crores. 30 crores to 80 crores or 130 crores. You see, just not even 100 years, in 70 years, we have reached from 30 level to 130 level, which is more than 400%. And we are still enjoying, we are happy, we have no serious concern at all. Not at all serious we are. Means we are not even society. We are living like dogs. We don't have thinking power. Okay, I agree that dogs don't think, these animals don't think, but are we animals? Why don't we control ourselves? You go to China and see how they are controlling. They are also economy like us. They have also will. They have will. We don't have will. We count everything in terms of votes because we are democratic country. But China doesn't count that. That's the difference between us and that economy. We are economy. China is economy. We are a state. China is a state. Same thing happens to other countries. You can compare with any country. Compare to US, that US has not populated that level of population. Similarly, many other countries have maintained their population level, but only it is our country which you can say doesn't progress anywhere else, but it progress in augmentation of population, and they feel proud of, oh, we are 30 crore, we are 130 crore. We say proudly. Is it a pride? I don't consider it as a pride. It's a curse on ourselves. We are cursing ourselves that we have 130 crore people. It's not a gain. But we must have food for them. If we have 130 crore people, we must have clothes for them. We must have jobs for them. We must have resources for them. We don't have that. If out of 130 crore people, 40% go below poverty line, what do you mean by such a population? What's the purpose of that population? Population makes a country. Population work, that's why country develops. America developed because of population and manpower. When they had shortage, their scarcity of public, they invented general scarcity of public, they invented machines, they invented methods, they invented advanced technologies, but we are not doing anything. We are just dependent upon them. If we compare ourselves to the whole world, we will find that we don't have any production source, we don't have any production technology, we don't have any quality system, we don't have any professionalism, we don't have any seriousness, we don't have anything you can say that is required in the current world. We have only one thing: you get a job, first have education, get a job. If you have education, go to further different type of education. Suppose you are an engineer, you don't like to work an engineer because engineering is a difficult field, you want to go to management where you got a good package. You want to go to you want to go to IAS package. So because you want to enjoy life, you want to have a secure job, or you want to have, you can say somewhere else, like you join some other area where you get good business. We are only interested in money packages. But a nation, an economy, a society doesn't move only on money packages. Money is same all over the world. You cannot change that. Quantum of money is same because sources of earth are same. You cannot augment that. You can draw from there and reduce that. This has happened. Our earth is full of sources. I am calling it source, not resource, because it is original source. Once it comes out of earth, it can be reused, and that is called resource. If you take ore from earth and convert it to steel by your process of refining or process of extraction of material, then it's called resource. Sources are same. All sources have been same. Our requirements have augmented or reduced because money is same. It will not increase in terms of its potential. It will be in hand of Bharat sometime, and more percentage will be in USA hand, or it will be more in England hand. It will be more in Gulf hand. It has happened. Gulf got potential of petroleum. They made money. Still they are making, but they have made so fast that petroleum has gone. Now reservoirs have dropped. Quantity has gone low. They are also thinking. If you go to Gulf countries or if you read their news, you will find surprising issues. So they themselves are saying that they have to think alternative ways to keep money coming in to keep their economies running in, because they don't want to spend money which are already earned by selling of these petroleum products. That's the reason they are thinking to augment, to promote tourism. Now, what do you think? Can tourism be promoted in the Gulf? Are there any criteria? Are there criteria that allow those countries to attract tourism? What is there in tourism? If you go to KSS, Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, or go to Qatar, these are not countries that you can say sell tourism. They are creating such areas artificially so that people come and watch them. They're artificial tourism, but that doesn't work. That may work for few years or few decades, but tourism that can happen in our country, Bharat, it's in potential, it's of magnitude. Tourism that happens in countries which have a cultural background, which have their ancestral background, which have their natural background, they can promote tourism like our country can promote tourism. Many other countries, African countries, can produce tourism. But because they want to deviate their way, they want to invest somewhere else because products of petroleum is over. And unfortunately, it is really that we have extinguished quantity of reservoirs. Water may have entered those reservoirs because we have taken out those original products from earth and we did not fill in. We automatically from ocean water shall flow into those cavities. This is natural engineering flow. It can fall from higher pressure, it goes to lower pressure. When you have taken out, when emptied those reservoirs, that must have been refilled by salt water of ocean. We never thought of more than that. We are just extracting materials from earth which belong to each and every person living on this earth. But because of political reasons, because of international politics, because of geographical responsibilities, because of we say that whatever, wherever your country is, whatever resources are available beneath that ground belong to you. That is natural law. That is, you can say, earth law. That is UN law. And the reason being, whatever we have in our earth, it is ours. Whatever it is, I don't care that. But what I'm discussing is our relations to other countries in terms of economy, in terms of geographical power. Our country is 130 crores people, and China is also, you can say, in same way, but they are intelligent people. They have been concerned people because they were not slaves like us. People don't know they were not slaves. Then the British never ruled there. They were ruled by themselves, but different kind of diplomacy was there, different kind of political system was there. There was no republicanism that time, but now there are different type of republican, different type of communist. Means there is no impression of negativism that is on us, that has been on us because we were ruled first by Mughals and then by British. British abused us and Mughal abused us to some extent. We should not talk of that now because it doesn't give anything, any result. But British spoiled us and they never thought that they shall leave this country. They did a good to this country also. They gave us something. We can appreciate that. They, for example, they gave us a system, legal system. They gave us railways. They gave us many bridges. They gave us many cities like in Delhi, wherever they used to say, for example, they gave us a Lutyens John. They gave us Connaught Place John. They gave us Dragon John. They gave us Howrah Bridge. They gave us so many things which we did not make ourselves. We wasted money in making, for example, Red Fort, which did not serve any purpose. We made, like, for example, through Mughals, Qutub Minar, like Taj Mahal. Means these were not at that time required because money was dead. Money was made dead. If I construct, for example, today Taj Mahal, is it worth? What purpose shall it serve? Nothing. If I construct today Qutub Minar, another Qutub Minar, what purpose shall it serve? Nothing. Until it gives return. If it doesn't result in return, it has got no meaning in current economy. Wherever we spend our money, it must give back with interest and with fruit. Otherwise, there is no meaning of investment. What is happening now in our country is out of understanding. I'm not telling now, I'm telling since the beginning of independence, since 1947. Yes, at that time we were ruined. We got from British a ruined state, a ruined economy, a ruined nation, a spoiled nation, abused nation. We were raped by them as a whole. They raped us mentally, physically, or you can say spiritually. They killed us, our minds, our brains, they tightened us, they fastened our health, they created frictions among communities. Forget that also. We can resolve those frictions. Here the question is not communities. Question is We were left in a stream which did not control us, and we did not control that stream as well. We had to move from that negative value, from that economy which did nothing. We had no scientists that time, we had no engineers that time, we had no planners that time, we had no required professional that can think of, that can contemplate of making a nation, initiating making of a nation, then developing nation, and then leading nation. At that time we had nothing, unfortunately, and we never had work before that. Before English came, we did not work, we slept. Before Mughals came, we slept. We are a sleeping society. We have been a sleeping society, and still we are sleeping mentally. Our minds don't work to a potential required for this country. We are very well educated society. We have 130 crore people, and we have more than 50% people who have educated very well. But our education system is based on stupidity, is based of non-analytical studies, is based of not developing mind. Our students are a good grammar. They have just one ambition, to pass examination. If you see our studies are not allowing you to think. They are only allowing you to get marks and pass. That is not called study. Your mind should develop. Study means your mind should open up. It should give a broad vision. It should inculcate a property in mind that you have to start thinking. It's not simply that I am a qualified person, I got my school graduation, and I got my college graduation, and got my university graduation. You have graduated only, but you have not graduated your mind. You have graduated uniform while taking your, while getting certificate. You have taken a dress and said, I'm a graduate. Your graduation is useless until that graduation results in some productive answer. What can you do for your nation after graduation or post graduation or doctorate? Have you ever thought of, have you, those thinkers of education in 1947 and before in English time and post independence, ever thought of, ever think of, what shall our people do? In the beginning, BA was a valuable education. MA was very valuable education in those days, post-intermediate, because we did not have educated people. We wanted administrative people as clerk, as officers, section officers, IAS. We thought in that direction. We needed lawyers. We thought only in that direction. We were worried about judiciary. We were worried about law. We were worried about administration. Other than this, we were very little worried about professions, which are real professions. I don't consider IAS as profession. I don't consider law as a profession, though it is a profession in law. By term, it is law as a profession. I don't consider judiciary also as a profession, though it is a profession. But real professions which can make a country, which give impetus, which creates a roots lubricated well, irrigated well, to grow, to let the tree grow, to deliver fruits in many couple of years. That is called profession, which is not available in our country, which had not been available because professionals were not involved in political system. Jawaharlal was just an advocate. He was not a professor. Similarly, Dr. Ambedkar was an advocate. He was not a professional. All other freedom fighters, though we are not backbiting them, I'm not criticizing them, but I'm just narrating facts that all our freedom fighters, including Gandhi, were not professionals. They were just the legal luminaries, nothing else. They had a power. They could snatch freedom from British, but they could not maintain that, to convert that freedom into professional freedom, into professional develop, into making it a smooth economy. That they could not understand how to do it because they did not have background. They knew very good English, they knew very good intelligence of law, but they did not know what nation should be because they did not have experience of that. It was war time, only war time. First World War, Second World War, war between different nations like our nation, Pakistan, like many other nations, war on Iraq imposed by 28 countries led by America. Similarly, invasion Libya and many other countries, and now wars are going on. These are not that type of wars. For example, if you consider issue in American hot pursuit in Yemen, based on Saudi Arab, that's not that type of pursuit. It's terrorist-based wars. For example, if you take war of Iraq and Palestine, that is also not that full-scale war. If you take example of Syria, that is also not that type of war. That's also terrorist-based wars. In a whole, now it happened in Sri Lanka and happened somewhere else, in Far East happens. These wars are not of that level that can be called real wars. These are different type of hot pursuit which have to be tackled different way. And this has happened. If you take our case also, in 1971, we had a big war for 18 or 20 days. And that was really called a war. After that, if you consider, since 1971, there has never been that type of war except Kargil. And Kargil was a defensive war. It was not an offensive war. It was, you have to really push those people out of your, because they have encroached our lands, they have intruded us. So that war also cannot be called a war. So if you say, since 1971, we did not have any war, and now it is 2019, it is about 49 years. In 49 years, our country did not face that type of war which can be called war. Similarly, other areas in the world except Iraq, that did not see that type of war which Iraq faced under leadership of Saddam Hussein. So it was, and now many decades have gone. Now it is terrorism there in Iraq, in Syria, in wherever else it is, and something in Lebanon, it's Hezbollah, same thing in Palestine. That is also not called that type of war. It is a clash between two societies. You can say Palestine has a right to take the area for this, and Israel doesn't want to give that one. This is a different kind of clash. Israel wants to kill that one, but Palestine wants to have a defense of that. That's a different type of war. We cannot call it a war. In fact, there is no war at all. Now, world doesn't need war, doesn't require war. It has no solution if wars are there. And that is the reason that those countries who used to sell their weapons to warring areas, they are getting poorer day by day. Why there is a clash between US and China on economical grounds? Because of this reason. Why there is a deviation of dollar management between Europe and China? They have started thinking of non-dollar transactions. This is another development. Similarly, Russia says, I don't need dollars. China says, okay, we will make agreements. We'll enter into agreements of transaction in our own currencies, yuan and his currencies. This is a change. This is called an international change, just like we call it social sciences, social change, society changes, system changes, culture changes, economy changes. So we have also doing that way. But we are not thinking, because we never think. Our culture is not of thinking, but to follow. We follow others. We follow US, we follow England, we follow France, we follow them. We never follow ourselves. That is our richness of our education. Means our education does not inculcate, does not transfer to my head, to your head, a property, a character that forces you to use your mind. It forces you not to use your mind, but to use other minds, just to follow. I am not follower. You should not be follower. Bharat cannot afford followership. To some extent, it is okay. But to lead others, first you have to lead yourself. If you keep on following, you are called a foolish, because there is a limit to follow. You have to analyze. We miss property of analysis. In engineering, we are taught analysis. I am a civil engineer. My first thing is, my first criteria is, my first consideration is, I have to analyze forces coming on any structure. That is basic requirement. That is called theory of structure, or you can say complete understanding of analysis of forces, complete analysis of forces on whatever. If I don't understand what forces coming on the structure, I cannot design that structure. Same thing applies to a society, a nation, a state, an economy like ours, that we have to understand our problems first. Difference is in politics. Our political leaders are not to that level qualified. We have politicians, they are called politicians, but they are not that level calibered. Whatever that politician be, I'm not naming anybody. Since 1947 it has been. These politicians were not of professional standards, because there was no profession. There were no schools to that level. There were universities except a few. There were no such institutions which can deliver outputs such as polished professionals, like engineers, like doctors, like professional chartered accountants, lawyers, and all that. So a country could not be made. It was a country, ruined country, a spoiled country, looted country. Natural resources were looted, money was looted, efforts were looted. Forget that also. But what we have done now, okay, it is now 70 years, fine, no problem. 70 years is not very long period in a country's consolidation, in a country such as Bharat, such as India, which is a big country. We have seen thousands of years, so we can say another thousands of years, no problem. But issue is, we have to set our directions, which we are not set. Our education system doesn't match requirement. Our health system does not match requirement. Our political system doesn't meet requirements. And our social system also does not meet requirements. Are we interested only in generating kids? in getting a good education from our viewpoint, not from national viewpoint. What happens today? If I am qualified, my father, my mother, my parent could afford me a good school, he got me admitted there, and if my mother, father could not do that, I just joined some municipality school and got admitted there. After that, I got my schoolings. Somebody knows very good English, somebody knows very good mathematics, and somebody knows nothing. Those people who come from convent, they speak very good English, and people think he's well educated. He is well, and some people, some person coming from school of municipality, he doesn't know very good English, but that guy, that student knows very good mathematics. Though he is not supposed to be very intelligent. This is our spoiled thinking. This is our useless thinking, baseless thinking. No foundation in this consideration. Why we can say that person knows very good English? He is a good one. Is an intelligent one? Is English considered a criteria to measure intelligence? How can you say that? It's just the language. I'm talking English doesn't mean I'm intelligent, because I just want to use it for communication. If I use Hindi, I will use Hindi also. But if you use the every time Hindi, it cannot reach to masses to whom I intended to reach. I want to reach that my words, my point, my suggestions should be reach everybody in this country as well as in other countries. That's the only purpose I'm talking English. Otherwise, I'm not interested. I'm not English. I don't have very good English knowledge. My speaking is not very good. It's not very well structured. It's not very, you can say, translated. I'm just speaking for purpose of communication. Just like I read newspapers, I can read Hindi also. I can speak Hindi also. But my Hindi is also not very good, unfortunately. I'm just challenging myself. I'm just criticizing myself because my mother tongue is also not very good, and I don't know mother tongues of other. I don't know Tamil. I don't know Andhra language. I don't know Kerala language. I don't know Punjabi language. I don't know many other languages which belong to my country. But I know English, which doesn't belong to me. But by virtue of our base that has been created in English, we know English. Okay, it doesn't matter. It is language ultimately. Language doesn't rule us. We rule language. It's a purpose of communication. I can know French also. You can know any language you wish. It's language after all. It's a communication purpose, nothing else. People, those who cannot speak, they also write. They have to think. So our education system has based on consideration that English is leading one. That was first mistake. If you go to China and you see people there, China does not accept those their own citizens who work abroad and come back to work. They are very well educated in communication of English, but China does not prefer them for employment in private sector as well as in their government sectors. China says you should know your own language first. If you don't know your own language, you are not worth. And unfortunately and fortunately, both ways you can say. Those people are used only for purposes of communication who come back from foreign, who come back home. They say you are okay for purpose of communication, for purpose of translation, for purpose of administration, but for purpose of technical work, for purpose of professional work, we prefer our own people who work here. They are better than you. This is their contemplation. But here it was different. Oh, he is a foreign. I have, for example, worked in 20 years, more than 20 years in Gulf countries. They, oh, he's from overseas. If we talk to someone about quality of engineering, quality of work done, they say he is from abroad and is talking like this and he cannot match us. They will not consider about quality. They will consider that he is from abroad. Nobody is from abroad. I just went for purpose of employment, and you work wherever you work, you know something, you learn something. It's natural. If you work in this country also, you learn here. If you go and work in America, you will learn their codes, their practicalities, their theories. You will learn during job. This happens everywhere. Even if some dancer who goes somewhere else and work there and has dance, she will learn so many other etiquettes. So this happens. Is nothing you especially learn for that. Question is, are we sleeping or are we not sleeping? I would say we are sleeping. We have been not by closed eyes, but by open eyes. By open eyes, our minds have been sleeping, our eyes have been sleeping, our thinking power has been sleeping. We are not very well concerned about our country. How many people are concerned? You tell me. All educated people are not concerned. All ill-educated people are not concerned. All those who should be concerned are not concerned. Government machinery is not seriously concerned. Private system is also getting on the same pattern as government service. There was a time when private sector was specifically different and people used to respect that. But now private sector, corporate sector has also gone to same terms as government sector. Overall, if we are not serious, how can our forces be serious? How can our defense system be serious? How can our scientists be serious? They all belong to us. We as a nation are not serious. It is a fact of life. We are not serious and we don't want to be serious. We don't want to amend our standards. We don't want to modify our thoughts. We don't want to modify our quality system. We just put symbols, we just put certificates. This is ISO 9001, this is Sigma, this is this and this is that, but we don't follow that. And we can never follow that because we just sign on papers in quality system. You say we have complied with this system. People even don't know what is meaning of ISO 9001 certification. They say we are ISO 9001 certified. I have seen these certificates everywhere in newspapers as well. We are ISO 9001 certified company. Are you? You tell me, you're all educated people, you must understand what is ISO 9001. Can some company be ISO 9001 certified? There is no system. If you go and ask ISO, they will say we never issue any certificate. If they don't issue any certificate of ISO 9001, how can you claim that you are ISO 9001 certified? No one is ISO 9001 certified. They clearly say we are a standardized organization. We are organizations responsible for standardization. We are not an organization to issue certification. They themselves say. You go and see their website. You'll find same thing. Maybe many of you have seen. But we are ISO 9001 certified. It's nonsense. It's mislead. You are not certified ISO 9001. We are compliant. Because certificate you got is not issued by ISO 9001 institution. It is issued by some corporation, some company registered under ISO 9001 law. And that company gives you compliant certificate that you have complied with ISO 9001 certification. That is meaning of that. But we all simply say, because we never think of that. We only want to show publicity. That's it. It's publicity. Our system is systemless. British fabricated our system. They told us to this, but they never said you follow us. If you see India Independence Act 1947, it clearly says, don't follow us. If you follow us, it's up to you. It clearly says we are not going to be responsible for your country post 15th August 1947 for both, for India, Bharat, and for Pakistan. Because under India Independence Act, both countries were liberated. They never forced us to follow them. They say it's your option. If you want to follow our laws, you are responsible. If you don't follow our laws, you are responsible. You make your own laws, we don't stop you. It's clearly, but we never understand that. We still we say, oh, we have been following their law. Why we are following their law? I don't understand. Why have we been following laws of 1860 and pre that? 3 years of that. Why? Why Electricity Supply Act is still same? Why Societies Registration Act is still same? Why our Institution of Engineers Act 1935 still same? Why? Why did we have no time to think even to change these to meet current requirements? Who stopped us? Do we have no people? Do we have no institutions to understand that, to analyze those? We don't have. We are just living to eat. We are just living to marry. We are just living to create children. We are living here to create problems for ourselves. We are living here to create all problems for our nation. This is what our character is. This is our economy is. This is our state is. That is why I am calling economy. Our economy is no economy. I'm not talking in financial terms. I'm not talking in economical terms. I'm not talking in macro or micro terms. I am talking in national terms. We intellectual people are not intellect. I am an intelligent people. I can say myself, I'm intellectual. I come from a background which is intellect, but I am also not intelligent because I am not helping myself. I am also interested in money. I am interested in status. Definition of status we have changed. What is definition of status? If I ask you, is status having a car? Is that a status? What does status mean? If you are educated person, if you are rich person, if you are poor person, if you are mentally good, if you can lead others, or if you cannot lead others, or if you are MP, or you are a doctor, you are a professional, you are an engineer, what does status mean? I could not understand that till now in our country. When we were young, I was too young that time, maybe 16 years old, 15 years old, I was in infancy or adolescence. We used to learn, we have our parent used to tell this person is gazetted officer. If you want your certification of your certificate, go to him and he will attest. this person was considered high status. Similarly, if there had been some person who was MA, they used to call, oh, his 16 Jamaat passed, 16 years past years, and is very intelligent, he is very high profile, or be a person too high, also a high profile. Oh, is a metric, is high profile. Means in those days, thought was behind education system, behind achievement of a position. It's particularly meant for middle class, and all classes are middle, because industries were very limited. If few houses counted like Tata, Birla, Dalmia, etc., etc. Others were all in middle class. Later on, they developed. Middle class mentality was not only to make money; it was to have certain status. Ambition was to become a doctor, to become an engineer, to become an IAS, or to become a businessman, or to become like this and that. That was ambition. That was limited ambition. But now ambition have been ruined. There is only one ambition: to make money. My ambition or your ambition, Tani, oh, he is having billions. News is he is billionaire. Ambani has so many billions. What I do if Ambani has so many billions, and if I don't have, what relation it has got to me? If he is top class, rich, what relation has got to my work? What relation has got to my country? He is making money because he wants to make money, and he's got opportunity to make money. I don't have opportunity. I'm not making money. That is the only difference. If somebody is a politician, he got opportunity to become politician. I'm not politician. That is a difference. But what difference it got to country? It got a difference. We have not developed our country. This means is that development doesn't mean development of structures. Development doesn't mean development of economy only. Development means development of society, social structure, social strata. How a person thinks, how a person studies, how a student gets up, what potential we are using in our life, what percentage of our education knowledge we are using in a profession. If I am an engineer, I'm a doctor. Okay, doctor uses this knowledge for treating patients, and many engineers use their knowledge in the profession. But what is the function of other educations? Even I'm talking of engineering. Engineering is not utilized properly in its profession, because our engineering is backward. We have still learning those subjects which were used 10 to 15 years back, which have no relevance now, but still we are using them. We are learning them. What's the function of that? What's the purpose of that? If I study 4 or 5 years on engineering, I am not able to suit myself to work, to be delivered in industry. What is the purpose of my being an engineer? I don't understand. Why should I be an engineer then? How can I be? I have seen some people who just pass out BE and start telling themselves structural engineers, who just pass out another degree of MTech and start saying, I am a structural engineer, or I am construction engineer, or I am a consultant engineer. How can you be consultant engineer just after passing one degree or post degree? You have got no experience in field, you have got no mistakes in life, you have not done anything, and you are calling yourself consultant, or you are a structural engineer. On what basis you are a structural engineer? I can't understand. Can you understand? I don't know. If somebody says I'm IAS, I'm expert of everything, how can one IAS know everything about administration? He is just a blank. IAS training means what? Nothing. IAS education or IAS pass. What pass? What is IAS examination? A general knowledge examination. It is not a special trade. It's not a special knowledge. But IAS, a threat, a concern for everybody, an aim for everybody. What aim? There is no aim left in this country. There is no education left in this country. All consider marks. A person, a student who got 95% marks, and that person does not know anything in practicality. Ask many people, you are just getting marks for what? What does mark mean? What happens? You just study papers of last 5 to 10 years and you get pass. That's it. You don't study thoroughly, you go deep, you don't immerse into your subjects, you don't understand everything analytically, synthetically, completely in details, and you don't have any improvising knowledge. You have just knowledge about examination papers. You study past 10 years papers and qualify examination, achieving 90 to 95% marks, and you say, I am in merit. What merit means? Why do you want to be in merit? Why don't you want to stay that you learn? If you learn mathematics, you can make many things. If you learn mathematics, you can understand physics, you can understand chemistry, you can understand sciences, you can understand engineering. If you don't understand mathematics and you speak very good English, what is the purpose of that? You can be a speaker, that's it. And becoming a speaker as a profession, you think? This is a problem. Our education is not productive. We don't have product after education that can be utilized. After passing BA, what can you do? After passing MA, what can you do? Education is a flawed one. Instead of BME, we should have technical education. We should have education that allows you to work with hands. Now what happens? Now it is 70 years post-independence. It will be another 50 years and you will not find plumber in your area. You will not find electrician. You will not find welder. You will not find a mechanic. You will not find so many those people who are required in society. If your car breaks, mechanic is not available, what shall you do? Shall you repair yourself? You don't repair because you are not taught. You are not taught to repair. How you repair a car, how you repair a scooter, how can you repair? Same thing happens in electrical trade. People are not available. Those who are available, only 20% electricians. We don't have people who can make. We have people who can wear very good clothes, ties, suits, and just say I am white collar. We don't want white collars. White collars, enough we have. We want red collars, we want orange collars, we want blue collars, we want those collars which are not available. If electrician is not able, who will take care of my electric supply? If plumber is not available, who will take care of my water supply? Similarly, if construction workers are not available, efficient workers, traditional workers, occupant workers, who will take care of construction in this country? This we have to think. We don't have any plans today. Our country is lacking in planning. Irrespective of there is planning commission or no planning commission, I don't care about that. Question is, are we ready to tell someone that after 50 years, do we have or what we have is same? How many civil engineers I need after 50 years? How many practically mechanical engineers we need? How many electronic engineers we need? Everybody is running to computers. Why? Do we need so many lakhs of computer engineers with us? For what? Everybody is running to software engineering, to hardware engineering, as if that is only goal in life. This is problem in our country. There was a time when all used to run behind STD. There was a time when all used to run behind television repairs. Such people we are, no analysis. If I say my neighbor is doing this, I do that. If I say my relative is doing, I do that. We don't think what happens. I have seen one case, one girl, she qualified nuclear physics engineering, atomic physics engineering, but she was not interested in engineering. So due to some compulsion, she got admission in IIM. She joined IIM, spent many lakhs for learning management, and she interested in management education. She got it, and she is getting package in management work. That's all. You need package. 25 lakhs, 30 lakhs package. You are behind package, and package is your ambition. Does country move because of package? If all you think like this, all our smart youth, intellectual youth, hardworking youth, they think they like package, can country move? You tell me that. If I am a civil engineer, I think on package can I work? Because I have to work in desert. I have to work in forest. I have to work in jungles. I have to work where I stay off from society. I cannot keep family with me. I cannot grow my family. But I am a civil engineer. So how can I survive? I will not be paid that much as IAS is paid. I will not be paid that much as electronics engineer is paid. I will not be paid as much as management work is, management personnel is paid. But civil engineer must be there. If civil engineer doesn't work, if civil engineer is not available, there can be no other engineer. If civil engineer is not available, road will not be built, building will not be built, city will not be built, then where shall mechanical engineer work? Where shall industry be filled? There should be no industry. There should be no railway. There should be no aerodrome. Then what? Means just measure salary, just measure package and study. Is this a formula which is right one? We just measure package. We just don't see value of education. We just don't see what product I will give. If there is no industry, just consider, if there is no industry, no factory, no business, what is purpose of MBA left? What is purpose of electronic engineer left? If there is nothing as such, if there is no building, there is no industry, there is no refinery, what shall electronic engineer and MBA qualified person do? If there is no pilot, what shall others do? How shall this plane fly? If there is no professional of civil and mechanical, how shall railway work? These are issues, basic issues. We don't have any proportional answer. We need that answer. Today, how many we are? How many are surplus? Now, news always says that 50% of engineers are not suitable to industry. What does it mean? Then why we are producing them? If we know our engineers are surplus, they are redundant, they are not required, then why are you spending money in their education on engineering? What is the function of that? There is no purpose. It's a waste. Waste of administration, waste of national money, waste of taxes, and waste of potential. We are not concerned about sciences development, basic sciences development. People are not interested in BSc, MSc researches because there is no funding from government, there is no funding from private sector. What's function? Now, how can our nation be called an economy? How long can we run like this? How can we go? How can we move just on talks? I'm not saying talks of leaders. I'm saying talks of public. If I think my son should be this according to my choice, is it right? Why don't we think about nation first? My family should be having all comforts. I should have all comforts. My kids should enjoy life. They should not work like labor. This is our mind. We think traditional labor is labor. We think, and I, because I'm an engineer, I'm not labor. As an engineer, I'm labor. I consider myself worker, lowest profile worker. Because if I don't work in capacity as labor, I cannot move myself. I cannot wait some labor to come and get me a glass of water. I cannot wait for that. I don't have time. I cannot wait for someone to come and for smallest activity of my life. I have to do myself. I'm a labor. If suppose somebody is not there, I'll make tea for me. What's problem with that? I shall take myself as clerical work if required for few seconds, for few hours. I will do that. I will not need a computer operator to come and help me. I will do myself. I have to do that. This is a requirement. I call an engineer must have all status from a lowest one, from a watchman, from a guard to top. That is called a person. Why West have developed? Only because of this. Why America has developed? Why England has developed? Why Canada has developed? Only from this consideration. They don't wait. I have seen top class chief engineers, top class, you can say company directors, English people, they take their bag with me. They don't wait for someone to come and take them or support with them. No, they take all papers in their hand, walk into office and start working. But we will not. We were aristocrat people. We are society of aristocrat. Oh, no, I come on, get me this place. I'm waiting for you. You're not in the glass of water. You didn't go back till now. What is this? Is it a developing society or foolish society? Okay, you must have support, you must have office boy, you must have home boy, everybody you should have. But that is in general. If instantly you need something, you can waste your half an hour to wait for that person to come and help you. You do yourself. What's the problem with that? Until we have that type of thinking, we cannot move, we cannot concentrate on development, we cannot concentrate on solving our problems. Our problems are not easy, but not difficult also. Our contemplation, our thought, our mind is different. Our idea is different. We have, you can say, we have given stratifications to jobs. We have given stratifications to work. Oh, this man is labor, this man is a mason, this is a carpenter, this is a technician, this electrician. He is not in my status. What is this? What is status? You can say it only then when you know his job. Can you work as an electrician yourself? Can you work as a plumber yourself? Can you work as a person who cleans manhole, sewer line? Can you enter there and clean that? Can you broom your road? Can you broom your street? If you cannot do all that, how you say that that person is lower standard? Society is made by all, for all and through all. You cannot say you are superior, somebody is inferior. It is your capability and that is his capability. If somebody is a sweeper and you are a gadget officer, it doesn't mean you are different. You are same. Only thing is job is different. So you have a potential, you are getting return of that job in forms of money, remuneration, and that person is getting lower remuneration. That is only difference. But doesn't mean that is the status difference. What is status difference? You are billionaire and I am poor, means there is a difference in the status. You are on money, I am not on money. He is big, I am small. Why is big? After all, he is a money because of public. He is not a money because of his hard work. He got money from bank. He got use of people we have here. People are not that expensive. He built itself. That's it. If you go to London and see cost of one plumber or one mason or one carpenter per day, you will find that one plumber charges or one mason charges more than 100 pounds a day. And 100 pounds means more than 8,000 rupees. Or more than that, 10,000 rupees. In your country, how many one mason or carpenter charging? 700 to 1,000 rupees per day. That is difference. So their economy is like that. Your economy is different way. So you are making exploitation of poor people, labor class, and you are saying that you are big. You have made billions. You have made billions because of those workers who supported you in your work. Otherwise, you would have to pay them differently, and you would not have been rich because all your profits are gone. This is the difference. Our companies are getting jobs in Gulf countries somewhere else because of only this reason that our labor element is lower. Labor element of Canada and USA and England is higher. That is the difference. So you cannot say this is not a standard. What I am saying, in our country has weaknesses everywhere, in political system, in educational system, health wise you can say. When I was small, they were doctors, MBBS and little higher degree. They used to charge only 2 rupees for treatment as well as for medicine. And if I visited 2 times or 3 times, my fever would have gone or some other dysentery would have gone. It happened. Now what? Lakhs and lakhs of bill in hospitals. If you go to have a treatment of 4 days, 5 days, 10 days, the bill of 10 lakhs and 25 lakhs, from where shall you pay? You are not in the capacity. You say, oh, I have medical claim. Okay, you have medical claim, then even you have to pay 30% of that. You have to pay, if there's a claim of 15 lakhs, you have to pay yourself 4.5 lakhs. You have to pay ultimately. You cannot avoid. So where is medical? Doctors have become businessmen. They have become commerce. Hospitals are commercial. Health is commercial. Education is commercial. You cannot study engineering and medical without donations. Where is that then? Where is society? Is that society? Is it a society or a river where you can dive? You can drown yourself. People are drowned. Those who are poor, they cannot come up. Persons like me cannot come up. I came up in my education because of those times. Though in those times there were no that capitation fee and all that, and had there been capitation fee, I would not be talking to you now in this capacity of a qualified person. I could not have managed that. I got very little marks in my higher secondary school due to so many reasons. I could not even get admission in poor school, poor college, because my marks were very low. I could not get that. But by luck, I got someone and he got me admitted, and I got education, and then further I educated myself. By my own money, by my hard work. In those days, Jawaharlal policy was different. He wanted an education that could be afforded by all. That was his general education. It was no special education because we did not need a special education in those days. Because society were poor, all were poor. Nobody had a capacity to afford English school or to higher profile school. So all were admitted to municipality school or society school. Society schools is Jain Higher Secondary School or Khalsa Girls Higher Secondary School, like those schools which are funded by government partly. In those, all could go. I was last student to be admitted to my school, last one. Otherwise, I would not be in a school even. But the policy of government was different. They wanted all students, all kids to be in schools, and this happened. Then colleges were also not many, and students were also not many. All in my college where I joined, lowest student was 33% marks. I was having 47% marks, and I was admitted to merit scheme. Merit come, there was a scheme, merit with poor status. Merit come means it was called. So I was given that scholarship even at 47% marks. So if I appreciate that system or I should depreciate that system, what should you say? I said this was meant for poor people, this was meant for common people. So it must be appreciated. Not like today, if I don't have 20 lakhs or 50 lakhs, I cannot go to medical education. Is that a system or is it a loot? Then we don't know where we are going to. I don't know, you don't know. There is no written document that tells us that you need so many classification of professionals in so many years. We blindly say, oh, construct one metro and that's it. Metro is constructed in Delhi, it is constructed so many, but only constructed. If you don't know what shall happen after 10 years, if population of metro today is passengers population, if you see what shall happen to it after 10 years, shall this metro be in same position? Our roads are all blocked. Why blocked? Because there was no planning at all when these roads were constructed. Our civil lines in cities like Delhi are blocked, are jammed, cannot be replaced because of cost, because they don't know there's a population of 2 crore in Delhi, which was at that time just 20 lakhs. That is the difference. Means we have no planning at all. Wherever you go, in whatever field you go, you'll find same thing. Road blockage, train block. See, there is such a big railway system in our country, which is most powerful, but still there is rush. Why? There is no control of accidents. There is no, they want bullet train, forget bullet train. There is not even a stone train. Our tax system is not managed. There is no safety system. There is no correct system. They just say we are efficient. This is happening. We could not even maintain such a thing which was delivered someone else, which was produced by English. We could not even maintain that. Our bridges are falling, but bridges which are built by those people in, for example, in Delhi Trans-Yamuna Bridge, Howrah Bridge, they are still maintained, they are still well structured, but those bridges we are doing in RCC, they are failing. For example, happen in Banaras, happen in Calcutta, happen in so many locations. Our buildings are collapsing because we are not serious. We don't design properly, we don't select material properly, we don't think properly, we don't execute properly, we don't do anything properly. Absent bakwas. We are talking society, we are listening society, we are fighting society, we are sectioning society, we are communal society. We waste our time in these all issues which are not included for economy. We are talking all time nonsense. We are talking all time stupid politics. We are not doing anything for the nation. We are just dreaming to live for ourselves. How many percent of us think about nation? How many percent of how many citizens like me and like you think about nation? Now we are thinking about vote system because it's election. Otherwise we will not think. We are thinking now about poll because elections are going on. Otherwise we will not think. We never think. We never think about constitution. We never think about flaws in constitution. We never think about merits of constitution. We never concern about laws. We never concern about our system. We never concern. We leave to others. Oh, there's a person who will take care of us. This is our tendency. We leave our country to one man show. We leave it to Indira Gandhi. We left. Okay, Indira will take care. Modi will take care. You take care of your country. Why you depend upon someone else? Up to an extent we can take care. We should take care or not. Why don't we take care about our area? Why don't we take care about our system? Why don't you stop someone who is not wearing a helmet while driving a scooter? You never stop and nobody stops. Nobody does anything. We don't do anything. I don't understand why. As a qualified citizen, as an educated citizen, or not even being an educated citizen, I am a citizen. I have a right to see. I have to see my country is safe, my society is safe, my co-citizen is safe. It is my duty to see, to ensure that society is not bad, but we are making it bad. Because our culture is like that. Our culture is like that. Really, this is very brilliant culture, you can say. Only culture exists in the world. We don't care. And world is also changing. Our bad qualities are reaching in all countries. Everywhere these are reaching. We don't care. We care only for isolated patches. We allow isolated patches to occur every day. Oh, there's a problem. Okay, we'll patch it up. That's it. We will not screen it. We will not study it thoroughly. We shall not do anything. We shall only blame others. Oh, government is like that. State is like what I do. There's no law and order. We'll simply say. We simply state, oh, there is no implementation of laws, but we don't know what laws are. We simply say there is nothing, but we don't know what nothing is there. It happens in every sector. Because we are just having one interest. I want to live. My home should be safe. My family should run safe. I need food. I should get food. I need clothes. I should get clothes. I need house. I want to have house and nothing else. Not concerned more than that. Not concerned for country, not concerned for state, not concerned of future, not concerned world, not concerned of resources, not concerned of pollution. We created pollution. We are not concerned with that. If I know that I can at least do something to avoid this pollution, I can do, but I will not do. No, I shall not do. I will not even avoid car driving where I can. No, leave it. I am going by car. It's a question of status. That person would say, you don't have car even. I am driving car because some other would say I don't have car. I am using AC because someone else say you don't have AC in the home. This is our contemplation. I am going to spend money where I don't need to spend, but still I am spending because of status. My status is not my capacity. My status is not my brain power. My status is not my performance degree. My status is not what can I do for society. My status is not what can I do for this nation, but my status is how much money I have, what size of house I have, how many servants I have, how many maids work in a home, how many kids I have, where these kids are studying in schools, which schools they are studying, how much I am able to pocket the allowances to them, what size of car I have, is a big car or a small car. This is our consideration for status. How could I marry my daughter, spend money in that? This is our status. Is this a status? If I am spending too much money for my family, I'm losing my money. That's it. To whom I am showing? To society? What society? Is my money, I had my money, I have to show to others that I am spending this much in my daughter's marriage, or I am spending this much in a car, I am spending in this much. I am not doing service to my nation. Unfortunately, we are not a developed society. In fact, we are not doing any industrialization of this country. We are not selling any products. All other countries made money because of selling products. We are not sending our products, and our products are not even acceptable to quality system. We are just depending upon service sector, our service, computer service, this service and that service, and writing service, and all services. Our industry is service, and this service is not quality also. Our services are supporting services. Our services are not original. We don't have any production. We don't have any product to sell. That is different. We are saying we're importing from China, we're importing from Russia, we're importing from others. We are only importing society, nothing else. Our quality system society is not acceptable. Our working system is not acceptable. We are not punctual. We are not a referrer. We are not even, we say we are just considered labor. Even if we go to high post, they don't treat in that level. They treat in category of labor. Why? Because our culture is that. We have no standards. We have no uniformity. We are heterogeneous society. We are not integrated society. We have not self-respect. We respect, we criticize each other, unfortunately. I don't understand what we are. I don't understand, and people don't want to understand. It is duty of every educated person to understand nation, but we don't understand. We don't understand any system. We just want to use it and throw it. If I am able to get money out of something, I will do that thing, otherwise I will not do thing. Oh, I'm not getting anything, why should I waste my time in that? You say that. If suppose there is safety issue somewhere, we will not take care of that. We will not take care. Oh, let him go, let him die, what I do if he's dead. We don't consider anything professionally. We consider everything to our use, to our benefit. That is a problem. Nation, state, international states, all same for us. We are either pro this country or pro that country. We are not pro our country. That is problem. We have no courage. We have no burning blood to do something with quality. Our products are not accepted to other countries because of we don't produce quality products. That is problem. Until we become a selling society, we become a society that exports, we shall not get money from others. This is clear principle, clear idea, but we have not made our society like that. Until it was that all educated people wanted to go to USA, to migrate to Canada, to migrate to Gulf, or to migrate somewhere else. I was also one of those. But I went to a sector where I could not get citizenship. So I had to come back. Everybody come back. But once you go to USA, you will say, oh, I have to settle here. But those states have also changed now. There is no room left anywhere in this world where you can go and permanently settle. Things are changing, states are changing, economies are changing. America has now downgraded its economy. It's not in that level. It is doing fight with China in some affairs of economy. China and this America, they are fighting together economically. China says, you are putting tax on my items, and America says, you are putting tax on it. There's a trade deficit, trade imbalance, and he wants to complete it. Similarly, it happens with us. We are buying from China. We are not selling to China. We are buying from Pakistan. We are not selling to Pakistan. This happens because we have nothing to sell. What can you sell? Masalas? What shall you sell? Clothes? We have nothing industrial that we can sell. We have not developed ourselves to that level. We are not industrialized countries. We are only human countries. We exported humans. When Atal Bihari was foreign minister, he said we have only one thing to export, and that is our people. So he just opened a passport system, and people used to go to Gulf countries and other countries. Okay, at least let them go. They can make money, because in those days passport getting was very difficult. It was very difficult to get passport, but later on it was easy. Means we should have certain solutions for every problem. All countries like ours, they have economical issues, they have political issues, they have social issues, they have many other issues, they have judicial issues, and they have executive issues. Those issues we have to understand and solve. Our legal system is not that strong. Why our cases have been pending in these courts? Judiciary is not thinking, politics is not thinking, executive is not thinking, legislature is not thinking, because this impacts on status of society, it impacts on crimes. If our judges are not working or they are short in their strength, it should be augmented. Simple. If we think that our courts are not that in quantity, that much in quantity, who can handle our courts in time, then there should be augmentation of that structure. Why don't we increase their quantity? Why we want to keep them 25 judges only in Supreme Court and only in High Courts? Let us increase that on temporary basis. We increase that. We are not doing because we don't want to spend money. After all, this is not your money, this is public money. Public is paying court fees, public is paying all charges. Why you are worried? No political, whatever politics is there, whatever parties are there, nobody is having that courage to augment the strength of judges, because they know if cases are solved too fast, corruption will go. They know very well. If a criminal is punished in 6 months or say 1 year, there should be no crime. If a murderer is punished in 6 months or 1 year, there will be shortage of murders. You will not find corruption, you will not find anything, but they want to loot the country. That's why they want this. What can judge do if he has no staff, if he has no judge, he has no good advocate wants that? It's fault of judge or fault of system. It is government who is responsible for that. Make judges augmented. One chief justice demanded 40,000 judges, but government did not even care for that. He laughed. It happens with all prime ministers, from Congress prime ministers as well. We do not approve anything. Law and order is very important subject. If your country is not well maintained in law and order, go to Gulf and see how they are maintaining. Because they are awakening society. They are awake. What happened yesterday? There was this UAE Amir. He sent someone to post office to check mystery shopping, and he asked later when he got results. What is this long queue in post office for what? He was concerned. Head of state was concerned just finding that post office had a long queue. But our all departments don't have a long queue. We are not concerned. Notebandi created queue, we were not concerned. Everywhere there is queue, we are not concerned. But that person was still concerned in post office. And he warned, I don't want this. I will throw you all if you don't improve this. Do we have that? We don't have that. If even if you tell Prime Minister or President something like that, he will, this is nothing to, we'll see through proper channel, you write a complaint. There was no need of complaint. King himself was doing this. Why don't you understand you are also king like that? Why don't you do yourself? Why should Modi or someone else ask others to investigate and find facts? You can't say facts. Are you blind? When that person can do in that country, why can't you do? What's the difference? Because that person is serious. That society is serious. That state is serious. That state doesn't want losses. You are not concerned about loss because you want losses. You are in seat because of these problems. If these problems are solved, nobody shall ask you to be in seat. But that person doesn't think that. That is the only difference. We are not serious, and seriousness is required everywhere. If one society is not serious, means society is gone. What does seriousness mean? Do you understand sometimes? Seriousness means it should be continue. If you start something, it should be continue in a planned way, in a planned time, and should be in a planned target. What happens? We start something, we do something, we take one or two steps, and then we leave it. This is our seriousness. Let us say we plan something, we will do this much. We just inaugurate. We are very good in inauguration. We go, bring press people, bring camera and inaugurate. So we declare we have done this. It shall never happen. It shall never be done. Hardly 1 or 2%. That's why it is serious. Funds are not available, they say. Funds could not be spent, they would say. Budget was not allotted, they would say. There will be many reasons given to non-performance. But non-performance will not be checked. We blame others. You did not do, and you did not do, and you did not do. And that's why I failed. I would not say that I failed because of my lack of understanding and my lack of seriousness. Country is not serious, society is not serious, people are not serious, families are not serious, individuals are not serious. Then who is serious? Why we expect seriousness from defenses? They are also from us. They are also same reasons that we are. So they shall also be serious one time. We don't know whether they are serious or not because there has been no war since 1971. 40 years, no war, 40, 50 years. How can we know how efficient we are? How can we know our efficiency? In performance, we don't know how we are, but we are, because in profession we are doing work, we know where we fail, we pass. Even if we fail, we say, no, 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 we will not fail. This is not something happened because we still pass buck to someone else which is unknown, which is really our problem, which is a problem causing concern. We don't take responsibility, we don't accept accountability, we don't accept responsibility, we don't accept liability until we are thrown shoe, until we are beaten. Same happens in court. For example, there is a case of criminality and they say punishment goes after 40 years. Now, a witness who is in a court, in a case, for example, I am there. I was witness in some case. I have to appear as witness in court to tell that this person killed that man. But that witness time comes after 25 years. When it happened, I was 15 years old, and when I have to appear as witness, I am 25 plus 50, 40 years old. How can our system expect that after a gap of 25 years, one should remember what happened before 25 years? And if one remembers something, first of all, that location of person may not be available. In 25 years, that person might have changed mind. For in 25 years, that person might have changed his memory. In 25 years, whole life is changed. That person might have married, he might be earning, or he might be having no job. How can society expect that that person after 25 years must appear witness in same capacity, in same state as that person was available during real crime? Why don't you understand this fact? A gap of 6 months, 1 year is reasonable. One person is available, that is locatable, that can remember, because life is moving on. Every day problems are coming in, problems are going out, solution coming. We cannot remember each and every act of life, and that is also related to something else I'm not concerned with. And I have to appear as a witness, and I run away. I do not know. I am hostile. I turn hostile. This is a witness turn hostile. That's why we dismiss this case, because there is no evidence available. And this is the reason behind evidence. Why don't you fix limiting time? Court will never accept this. There is a limiting law which applies to admission of cases only, not on execution of cases, not on procedures of cases. There is a limiting law, you must know, or you may be knowing this. There is a limit on civil laws that within 3 years you have to raise your claim if there is some due, or there are so many other appeal limit, or this limit or that limit. There is a complete limitation list which you can refer to, that gives only for purpose of admissions and for nothing else. For purpose of criminal actions, for purpose of procedure of courts, for permission awards of sentences, etc. There is no set law regarding limiting. And if you ask judges, they will not accept this because they are bound otherwise. If there is a limit fixed, they shall be bound. They don't want to be bound because they are judges. They don't accept this. You can be bound as an engineer to deliver project in time. Somebody else can be bound as a professor to get all students educated, and military can be bound for something. But in this country, judges are not bound at all. They don't want to be binding because they consider themselves above law practically, though they are not above law. They don't say that, but practically they think we are not responsible. Now tell me what judge accountability has got. Judge is independent, of course, but no judge is responsible, no judge is accountable, no judge is liable, because judge has got immunity from everything. You being an engineer, you being a doctor, you being a professor, you are liable. You are liable for every act, for every answer, for every bad or right result. You are liable. Engineer is liable if building collapses. Engineer is liable if machine doesn't work. Engineer is liable if refinery fails. Engineer is liable if factory doesn't work. All are liable, accountable. They can be shifted out. They can be removed from job. Everything happen. But judge in Bharat is not accountable, and not only in Bharat, everywhere. But why? After all, they are getting salaries. They are working for a nation. They are not free. They are not doing charity work. They are having all kind of facilities that others are having. Then they should also be accountable. Why there is no enactment of any as such law? Who failed in this? I will say politics failed. Politics don't have law for themselves even. Of course, judges are professionals. They are working very well, but time not allowed. If whatever judgment comes from one judge is not necessary to be held by other judge. It happens. So it will happen from person to person working on something, but accountability issue raised. Why not? Why can't we raise this issue? Because we are not responsible society. If a criminal is punished in defined time Another criminal shall think many times before committing a crime that I'll be punished. This has happened. This is a problem. In judiciary, there is a problem in legislature that nobody cares about laws. There may be any political party in parliament, there may be anything. 550 people in Lok Sabha, around 250 people in Rajya Sabha, they never care about laws. How many laws have been pending from British time? How many laws are pending now? There is which law require requirements. There is no consideration at all. In whatever heart comes to Prime Minister, in whatever heart comes to all MPs, they bring something to their suitability and say, I want to change this law. Nothing else. We just keep things forever as if this is our property. We don't want to pain anything, we do not take any pain to make our nation change. And that is our economy. Economy, again I'm telling you, it's not economy of finance, it's economy of society. Because this all impacts upon real economy. If we don't have good judiciary, if we don't have good legislature, if we don't have any good executive ministries, then how can we implement any decision taken either by parliament or by ministers or by executive or by anyone? How can we implement those decisions? Those decisions can be implemented only through efficient system and efficient structure, but we don't have that. We don't want to have that. We cannot change ourselves. If we get someone admit into government service, why we keep that person forever in government service? Why don't we give him only contract job? Do this and go. No, we shall not go. I have to stay in government for 30 years, and this used to have been, but now there have been some changes. But still, in judiciary, they want full service up to 65 years. Why? If you are here, so why not others have the same scope, same strength, same value? Means everywhere there is heterogeneity. This is called heterogeneity when things are not constant everywhere, not uniformly spread everything. We are having a heterogeneous economy, ununderstandable economy, unanalyzed economy. We are moving on some system which has not been properly evaluated, which has not been properly understood. We have not understood something, we are moving on that thing. We have not understood our country well, we have not understood our society well. From political angle, we understand that. From polling angle, vote angle, from power angle, we just want to give free gifts to all. That we understand. But we don't understand to amend that. We always say we are poor. We have so many below poverty line. You say below poverty line, there's a card, BPL card. You go and say how many people are poor there, you'll find none poor except 5 to 10% people. And those who are poor who don't have any BPL. I have seen here in Faridabad, and you may have seen in areas, there are people who are having big cars, who are having self-owned houses, who are having all facilities, television, fridge, mobiles, their kids are studying everything there, but they have BPL card. Strange. Definition of a BPL card is a person is not having a scooter, not having any fridge, not having any personal houses, can be granted status of BPL card, but having a person having many acres of land, having big cars of for 15 lakhs cost, there is a BPL. What is this here? Means all are stealers, all are thieves, all are looters, including public netas are looters, we agree. All leaders are looters, the Congress, BJP and all of that. I don't want to talk of them because they are all robbers, lower degree robbers, some high degree robbers. Their religion, their sect, their passion is loot. But public is also looted. Because these leaders come from public and public from leaders. Sorry. So what does actually we mean by Bharat? What is Bharat? Are we Bhar only? Bhar means weight, Bharat. Are we meant for weight? Are we weight on ourselves? We have converted our society of being a weight on this country, on this land, on the nation, to press this nation down economically, politically, mentally, will-wise, or we want to change this nation to suit our society, to our circumstances. Why don't we think that way? Why we compare to US or to Russia or somewhere else? Where do we stand in a professional way? I don't understand. In which field do we stand in a professional way? We are just marching on roads. We are just marching on railways. We are just marching everywhere in flights. We are just marching and marching and marching and marching. And where do we reach? None of us knows. We'll see what happens. It will happen with all. They simply say, okay, it shall happen with all. I talk to many people while travel in metro somewhere. Same thing which I'm talking to you. Oh, when it comes on head, I will do. Means when it comes on head, we will solve. Is this answer? We will not solve it before problem comes, and we will not try to understand problem can come. We will not analyze anything because we don't want to use our mind. Oh yeah, I'm already stressed. Yeah, you don't ask me questions. A youth says these days, I am already stressed. I am coming from job. I have done 10 hours job. I am very well stressed. I cannot think of what you are. I cannot grasp even what you're talking to me. I don't know. That student, that worker, that youth does not even take any interest in watching to know what's happening in this country, what is happening around. That person is busy in mobile videos. That person is busy while chatting, but that person does not know what is happening in this country, what is happening in politics, what is happening in news, what is happening wherever else. Not interested. I'm not interested. I asked many people, believe me, many people here. I asked many during this election now, MP election, what is the post for this election is going to be conducted? I don't know. Is of PM? No, 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 I don't know for what it is. What do you it is? If you don't know what's happening around, how can you handle your country? And you want big packages and big jobs? How shall you handle those jobs if you don't know something about that? You don't know about your country, you don't know what's happening around, you are only interested in your pleasure. You are only interested in your salary and going to eat KFC and eat some other good food or pizza. You are only interested that. You're only interested to have a boyfriend or girlfriend with you and moving around here and there. That's only your interest. Or what's your interest? And the interest of those who are in families only interest to bring up their family to certain status, and that's only you need to give a file for your family. We are not concerned about nation. Only difference in this country and other countries is that our leaders are not serious. Political leaders, professional leaders, industrial leaders serious only for their profit, not for public. Our factories leaders, our trades leaders, our union leaders, our scientist leaders, our engineers leaders, our businessmen leaders, all our leaders, none serious. Nobody is serious, unfortunately. If you go to any seminar of science or engineering, you will find photo session. They will talk of 10 minutes only by each speaker. I have attended many seminars and institution of engineers here. I have seen they will give just 10 minutes to you to speak your paper. While sessions will take at least 2-3 hours. But for photo session, for videography, for delegates talking who come your chief guest, their talk is more important than your technical paper. Unfortunately, those who are real, who can contribute real to your problems, they are given small time only. Those who come here on the chief guest or guest of honors, we will give you unlimited time, and your photo session is most important. Your prize distribution is more important. They respect prize distribution. What prize? Oh, he is eminent engineer award. He is this award, he is this award. That is more important to them, not paper. You are talking paper, you are telling something, that is not important. 10 minutes maximum, 8 minutes maximum, you produce whatever you want to produce. This is our system. Oh, his photo should come. That is more important. Take this certificate, have photo. Then make one journal and issue. This is our, to whom we are showing. Even if there is a journal for what, how many % people read that? How many people care about books nowadays? How many citizens, how many professors are reading books? People are dependent on videos. They are dependent on internet. They are not taking good information. They are accepting all right or wrong information. Just like I told you about ISO 9001. This is false information people are using. They don't understand. We are a society. We are a breaking society. In fact, we are moving in a wrong direction. A direction that will further give another direction. Means we are not set direction, we are going in direction, and then we find another T section somewhere, intersection somewhere, or crossing somewhere. We take a wrong direction, and then further another wrong direction. So we will just come back to same point. This happens in fog. When you walk in fog, you can't see, visibility zero, and just you keep walking, something happens, you come back to same point because you could not find your route. We are in fog. We are in smoke. We are in gas chamber. We are in misdead. Our GPS has broken. We don't have a GPS. We have forgot where is north, where is south, where is east, where is west, where is apex. We have forgot everything. Our compass has failed. Our satellite has failed. Our mind has failed. Our everything has failed, except in non-interactive society we are. We don't want to talk to those people who are experienced. We don't want to respect those people who are youth. Youth is not interested in seniors, and senior is not interested in youth. Senior is interested, but youth is not interested to talk to him because, oh, this senior man, this old man, white hair, gray hair, what he knows nothing. We know mobile, we know computer. He might not even be knowing how to operate computers. This is tendency developing everywhere. Kids don't talk to parents, and parents talk to kids. They are busy in themselves. Everybody is busy in themselves. So busy, country, believe me, 130 crore people, so busy, yet we are behind. I don't understand. Reason behind that. This is reason. Why we are behind? How many people are thinking? How many of you people who are able to talk to me or listen to me are serious in a way I explained? How many of you are serious? How many of you are asking your kids or your siblings or your neighbors about their education, about their studies? How many of you try to know what level of development these kids have got? Did you ever question someone? You ask yourself. Because my asking has no question. I have a bad habit that whenever I walk here and there and some student I get and they are talking something else, and I sometimes stop them, ask them, what is your qualification, in this class you are studying, and can you tell me the translation of this? And they start laughing, and they, believe me, hardly one or two I got answer. And that also from those who are not rich. These people who are 95% marks, I start hating them because this is a fake study. This is a fake management. This is a fake examination. You have 95% marks and you know nothing. Now, what is the meaning of 95% marks? Means you just study 10 papers of past examinations and get marks because questions are repeated. These examining institutes even don't make any questions. They just repeat those questions in computers and they set papers. If this is a status of study, no thorough learning, no thorough analysis, no thorough understanding, what is meaning left of education? Is that called education? I think this is not education. This is just waste of time. Education means develop your mind, open your thought, means your mind should develop, not your examination marks. What is about that? If my knowledge is not helpful for my nation and in turn to this world, what purpose is left for what I learned? No purpose is left. If my engineering does not help someone or some project, what's the meaning of my knowledge? If my experience does not help some problem solution, what's the purpose of my education? That is what I'm saying, means every nation moves based on cohesive management, based on cohesive society, not diffracted society, broken society, rainbow society, not that. Our system has broken our society, broken our structure, broken everything. We don't want to think, we just want to live. That is the difference. Think, there are maybe 2-3% people who think, but they are not considered. They are considered negligible. Even scientists don't think. Engineers don't think. Unfortunately, engineer is the only community that can change a nation. We call engineer a social change agent or change agent, but they are also not working in that way. Engineers are also working to survival, to make their food, to make their living ends, whatever they say. Everybody is in the same system. Because they are not wrong, they don't have jobs. Means if the engineer doesn't have job, how can he eat? How shall he live? It's a question mark. He's also a human being. I'm not blaming engineer, but circumstances have put him in such a situation, such a, you can say, regrettable situation, that there was no meaning of doing engineering when engineer was not required. If I don't need engineers in future, why should I push them in education of engineering when I cannot consume them? That is called planning. We don't have any plan. If I don't have any plan for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 50 years, what shall I do? I will move in a random direction. I have money, but I can't spend. I don't know where to spend. I just start spending somewhere which is not required. It happens. I suppose I have 1 billion today, but I will do. I don't have an idea how to spend it. Okay, make one house, make another house, make one palace, make this, and spend money. Whether that house stays without occupancy, or it is occupied, or it is given tenant. No problem. Just investment, I call it. My country has become investment society without any target, without any aim, without anything. And this shall continue until we don't have cohesiveness. We don't have set plan. We don't have set political system. This political system has become dead, has become baseless, has become targetless. This system have to be overall amended, overhauled. Overall doesn't mean we change it. No, I'm not saying change it. System in itself is fine, but operators are not fine. We need good operatives. We need those who can understand the system. We need such politicians who know this system, how to manage it, how to run it, and how to get benefit out of it. We know that type of persons which we lack. Unfortunately, our politics has become rotten because of corruption, because of non-patriotism, because of loot. Our youth are not interested in politics. It's not their fault because we have made politics as such. Our youth should have interest in politics. Not in politics means even they should be capable to go to parliament, but they are not at all happy. They are not interested. They are not at all interested in politics. They are interested only in chamchagiri, in Modism, in Rahulism, in thisism, in thatism. That is not politics. That is stupidity. It is my country on similar power as your country. We have to care about our country in every respect, not only in economy, not only in socialism, not only in republicanism, not only in democracy, but in each and every sphere of this country. Only then we can be called economy, an economy, a state, a nation. Otherwise, we are nowhere to be called ourselves a nation. We are just in doldrum. We are just in darkness. We are nowhere in light. That light has to be brought by each and every one of us. But we are not working in that direction. Our only direction is survival, economy, earning, living, comfortable life. That is only target we have. No other target. And this target is business. Yes, you need food, I agree. You need clothes, I agree. But why do you want to be billionaire in one night? Why don't you go slow? Why don't you go step by step? Even if you are a billionaire, you shall not be useful for this country. You will spend this money somewhere else. You will like to make it 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. You will not like to make Bharat 4 times, 5 times. You will not like to make this country better, where you are born, where you drank, where you ate, which made you. You will not like to help it. But it is not your fault, it is fault of society that helped you. If society did not help me, I could not study, I could not go further, I could not go further and further and stay at the same time. What I mean to say is, we should be conscious society. It is not my society alone. It is not my country alone. It is country of all who are citizens of this country, who are subjects of this country. They are all responsible. And there, what they say, if all are responsible, nobody is responsible. If there's a public park, public garden, and this is the government spend this garden, this public has to take responsibility, and then public is responsible for something, means that future of that item, you know what happens. When public is responsible, means nobody is responsible. No one is responsible. So government has to do that responsibility. Here, government and parliament have to dispose of that function with support of people. I know government alone cannot do everything, but government is bound to do. Government handles money, government handles tax. It is duty of government, and government doesn't mean the Union of India. I'm saying government means government of parliament, government of executive, government of judiciary, government of all states, and government. That's all government. All are called governments in legal language. Don't think government of India led by Modi is government only or Indira is. No. That is central government. That is a union government. Parliament work is also government work. Our judiciary work is also government work. Legislature work is government work. And your executive work is government work. All these are government work. Government is who take care of yours. You are paying for that. We are government just to enjoy. We are government just to rule. We are government just to dictate. That is problem. We are not government to serve society. We need government that takes care of people. We need government that takes care of each and every one. but that government does not exist at all. It may be Congress time, it may be BJP time, or it will be new government coming in. All are in same boat. I don't expect new government to serve people also. It may be whatever government. But I don't care. Because they will not do that. It's blood. Blood is that. Our blood has changed. When our souls have changed, our mind has changed, our blood has changed. We have changed it. We want everything to us in our way. We cannot sacrifice. We are not happy with just our limited earning, our salary earning, our little profit earning. We are interested in bulk, everyone. And we are damaging our country. We are damaging ourselves. For example, now elections are going. We are damaging ourselves. Unaccounted money is being used. We all know that. Unaccounted money is being used. Still, we are happy. There is no blood burn. There is no fighting from society. Why this election is going on? For what? We are going to elect again same corrupt people from whatever party, same robbers, same they are calling them so honest, but they are robbers. We are going to elect them again for another 5 years, and then another for 5 years, then another for 5 years, and this is a chain reaction going on in nuclear physics. We are in explosion path. We are on nuclear fission path because one day we are going to explode into destruction, into ruins, into scraps, into rags. We have no solution that time. But we are moving in that direction. People are not serious. Our economy is going to spoil itself. Believe me, one day we will be in water. We will be dipped, we will be drowned because if we keep same. Because those who are advanced are also doing same thing. They have no sources right now. America is like a poor country now. In fact, they are going to a direction of poor status. This is not that America which was before. World leader America. Now even other nations, other states, other economies are not valuing America because they are not having money they used to have. War business is over now. War business is no more. Their Boeing is down because they were false. Max 8. Now furthermore down. Where money shall come? Where shall get jobs? So this public is fighting for jobs. Same is happening in China because both were linked, both were making money, now both are fighting. Europe is interested in Chinese items, Chinese work. That one, this road and road belt project should help all. China is very smart. It started such an international project which goes to all, even up to Africa and Europe. That road and belt project, and it has caused havoc in America. Because America thinks, this man is going to make money, make future. What shall I do? He brought his cat project, a small project. That doesn't work. Every nation is watching other nation how to pull money. China is an intelligent one, smart one. It is starting this way. We are in politics. We start doing in that politics. We are spoiled our way. Our democracy, our secularism, our republic status, our every status has spoiled us. We are not thinking of nation. We are thinking of power. This happened with us. Our people are not thinking of power. Our thinking of not being of work or delay or this and that. No, we don't care about this. We are only happy. We are known all over the world. That is what we want. We are known for what we don't want. We are known all over the world for stupidity, for non-seriousness, for non. When we go to other countries, we are serious there. Unfortunately, this happens. When we go to Arab, when we go to America or to other overseas countries, we work very seriously. We want to show that no one can work better than us, and we do that. We defeat British worker. We defeat American worker in practice. We defeat all other people. But we don't do that here because it is against our respect. Really? Why? Why don't we amend ourselves in our country first? Here we fight with each other. We play politics with each other. Oh, he's from Tamil, he's from Andhra, I am from Delhi, he's from here. In this we stay here. The same thing we do there as well, but not in open. If there are people from south, they will not respect north. This happens in Gulf also. Where we go, I am from north, but it happened with me. Some people damage my reputation. No problem that it happens. It's up to me how to make my reputation good. It's up to me means if I am weak, they will damage me. If I am not weak, they will not damage me. I used to do work according to my plan, according to my timings, and some south person objected that in one company. Believe me, it happened. Why are you coming before time and why are you sitting late at time? What problem you have made here if I'm coming before time? No, you are breaking discipline. See, that person told me, you are breaking discipline because you are coming before time and it impacts upon us. Because they used to work from time to time, a fixed time. But I did not care for time. I came before that and left after that. They did not like it. It happens. Means openly that will say you have time on yourself. I said, I don't know what you do. Nothing happened yet. I'm just telling you what is mind. It's nothing to do. It is your way, how you manage. Well, why third party is thinking about that if I'm doing this? I'm doing for myself. I'm in a foreign land. I am alone. I don't have family. I want to work. I want to pass time. If I am doing 2 hours more than required, what your problem is? But we are like that because we are not serious. We are not we interested in reputation. We are interested in continuation of job. I have seen such people, they say, if you finish this project in time, we don't have job. Huh? If you finish this project in time, we don't have job, what to do? They are thinking about job. They are not thinking about reputation. This is our thinking. Our thinking is maintain yourself. Keep your economy safe. And that's all. Keep running. Keep running and keep running. Keep good food. You must have your survival. You don't care about your nation. You don't care about project. You don't care about anything. This is my citizen of this country. And that impacts upon our nation. People know our thinking. All know. But there we worry. Here we don't worry. Because this is our home. I will do this way, do whatever you want. This is reason of everything. This is reason of every problem here. Corruption because of this. Non-performance because of this. People don't want to work. They want to make money and money and money by this way or by that way. Go to court, same thing you'll find. Go to executive, you will find same thing. Go to private sector, you'll find same thing. People are not serious. You go on roads everywhere, you'll find people playing at cards all the time. There will a group of people sitting here and there, they're playing at cards whole day. They have no jobs. They have no concern. They are retired or not retired, but they are just busy in themselves. Only job is just give one vote in 5 years and you are free. This is thought. This is mind. This is our approach. My country is country for me to a level of my citizenship and to a stage where I think safe. More than that, I don't need this country. I don't need this country, Bharat. I don't need smart country. I don't need serious country. I don't need serious politics. I need only this. As much as I can make and I can loot, I should do. Otherwise, I start blaming government. I start blaming system. I start blaming everyone. This is how I start blaming education system. I start blaming health system. I start blaming all others who can be blamed by me. But I don't want to improve myself. That is our thought. That is our consideration. I am not bad, all are bad. It should be I am bad, all are good. But I am saying I am bad, you are. I am good, you are bad. Because you are not working, I am working. Whole nation has been ruined by ourselves. Nobody came here to help us ruin this. We ruined ourselves. We are only responsible. We are sending these political leaders to parliament and to assemblies, but we are not asking them anything. Okay, I'll vote you. My job is only to vote. That's it. I never check anyone. I never cross question it. And I don't come myself as well. I don't worry about state. I don't worry about, okay, this is system. What can I do? My system is like that. Chalta hai, all this and all that. Again, same thing. We are not serious. We are not serious. We are not serious. We are not responsible. We are not accountable. Everywhere we are not accountable. Somebody crosses traffic light, nobody is serious. Somebody doesn't wear helmet driving, nobody is serious. Somebody kills someone and runs away, nobody is serious. No traffic law. Traffic is very small item. Actually, cannot call it law. It's a control, self-control. But people horn and horn required horn. You're polluting noise. For what you are pushing horn all time? Required or not required, you're just using horn. You are driving rash because you like to draw rash. What you get? You are spoiling your car, wear and tear is getting wear and tear. You are wasting petrol, because when you drive and apply brake, quantity of petrol is impacted. You are doing everything where you have to pay and you are not worried. This is our country, this is our society, this is our state. We have to compare with others, we are nowhere. I don't know how we are running and how we are thinking, how we are digesting and tolerating all this, and what capacity we have got to tolerate this, how much powerful we are in such a capacity that we can maintain all these digestions, we can absorb all this. I don't understand. We have very powerful people, we have very good energy in us, but this energy we are not able to use. We are able to use only for our personal gains, for our family, for our brothers, sisters. We want them move ahead, but we are not interested in capacity as a nation to improve the nation, to make nation good. That way we are not interested in, and we don't want to be interested in. That is our problem. I will take remaining discussions and continue of discussion next video, because it's already enough time, more than 2 hours. And I think that you may get some points in this, and there can be no limited discussion on such subject. This can keep moving in, and I will continue it in next, because there are some other subjects also which I have to talk regarding. I continue about soil and earth sciences and engineering sciences and many other issues. And this is also very important, because this is related to country, related to Bharat, and related to links to Bharat and many others. And economy is very broad subject. Political economy it is, and real economy it is, and many other economies it is. So I should say thank you very for your time once again, and I would come back with you to share further ideas and thoughts and expressions. And thank you very much for the, yeah. Okay.